You heard me.
You heard me.
Welcome to You Heard Me the First Time podcast. My name is Nini.
I'm Nikki Nicole.
And Lizzie.
And welcome back to another episode.
Pew, 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 pew.
And can we shout out to our day ones? Because anytime something is not done right or whatever, they'll hit us up in the DMs like, listen, ladies, I don't know if y'all know, but so we love y'all. We love y'all.
Yeah, shout out to y'all for real. Keep holding us down.
Period.
Period, Pooh. So you heard me the first time. In the Black community, we need to focus on our mental health and basically seek therapy when needed. With that being said, I think we all want to send our condolences to the beautiful fitness influencer, motivational speaker, woman, just all around amazing person, Raven Jackson, who, tragically lost her life to suicide. This is, it was really hard just to see somebody that I think we could probably all relate to, being in fitness, young, Black, trying to do her thing, and just to see her passing. I think it definitely hit us all in a way.
Yeah, it definitely hit me because I was literally on her page over the weekend. And she was giving a tutorial on Instagram, like a different way to help out with Instagram. And I was looking through it and, I was mimicking what she gave. And, I just follow her on all her platforms and I was super, super, super shocked. So sometimes you just never know what someone is dealing with. And like Lizzie said, I feel like years ago, even 5 years ago, we didn't have the tools, the verbiage to understand what mental health is. I think growing up, when we seen people having an episode or, whatever, we used to call them crazy or da-da-da-da-da. But I feel like now we have the language, we have the tools to seek some type of something for your mental health, and it can be going to therapy, it can be working out, it can be finding a hobby, it can look different for everybody, but your brain and your mental, it helps with everything, how you operate your day-to-day life. So if that's not right, nothing else will be right.
And I also want to say this too. You heard me the first time. Check on not just your strong friends, but just check on your people. Period. Like check on your weak friends, check on your strong friends. I think at this time everybody went through a lot. We just came out of a pandemic, and then right after a pandemic, we're dealing with the whole like war and then inflation, people losing their jobs, people getting sick. It's so much going on in this world. I think this should teach everybody to just literally check on your people. Period.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, it's like you never know what a person is going through. Like when I went through her page, it's something sudden because she had future plans. Like she was planning her to roll out her Shred September. I hope I'm saying it right or whatever.
Yeah.
And like she had future plans. So it's not something, well, it could have been something she was thinking about, but she made future plans for herself or whatever. And for whatever reason, she decided what she decided. And it's just like, I promise you, I went down all the way back down on her page. Like I was just going through her page. It was just unbelievable. Like someone that looked like me and is it's like kind of on the same journey as me. And it's just like, wow, you just really never know. And one thing I try to teach my daughter, like, because kids are mean or whatever. It's like, I always tell her, like, you never know what a person is going through. So be nice, be kind to everyone that you encounter, because you never know if that one moment can change someone's outlook on everything they're going through. So it's just like for yourself, make sure you're always putting out positive energy, because you just never know what a person is going through. And like when it comes to seeking the therapy, even when you feel like everything is good, everything is going good within your life, it's okay to still speak to someone to talk about the goodness that's going on with your life. Just to make sure that you're okay.
Or God forbid, it's something that you encounter and you never encountered before. Now you have an avenue on how to work through that for whatever reason. And speaking on Raven, I also went back to her other pages, and I think she was struggling with mental health for a very long time, even when she was in college, because she started a foundation and a platform for other people that had mental illness, and was struggling with their mental health. And you can tell it was something that she was trying to fight, and she was trying to fight. So with mental health, it's in my opinion, it's something that you're going to have to work on for the rest of your life. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. I just wish somebody was in her, and I'm not saying somebody wasn't. I just wish somebody was with her at that moment, just to tell her, give it one more day, give it one more day, give it one more hour, because your life can literally change. That's what mental health is. Like, you have good and you have bad days. And I ran across the video today, and they were saying that your moods and your mental health is like seasons. One day you're going to have summer, and some people enjoy summer, and then the other day is rain. Some people doesn't. It's going to fluctuate. And I just wish somebody was just with her at that moment to tell her, just give it one more day. Tomorrow can change.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, so rest in peace, Raven. We love you, and I hope she is in peace, and I hope her family finds peace at this time.
Really quick, before we continue, let's name one thing that we do for our mental health. So
I work out.
I would say work out for me too.
For me, it's definitely working out, or just sitting in my car or sitting in my bathroom for a few minutes. Yeah. Just giving myself 10 minutes before I deal with anybody.
And music definitely helps me. In the car, I can sit in my car for hours and just stroll through my phone, and
that's a part of helping your mental health. So it's like, I always try to tell people that I encounter, who speak on things that they're going through, is just like, give yourself 10 minutes at least, because we're always on the go. Yeah. Just sit and give yourself 10 minutes to just breathe, or just to focus on one thing that you want to. If it's scrolling through Instagram, but just give yourself 10 minutes, and it change your mood a lot of times.
Yeah, it really does.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into our main topic. Today we are talking about interracial dating. Have any of you guys dated outside your race, or even talked to someone outside of your race?
I tried.
Yeah, I would say that with me too. I wasn't successful.
I really tried. I tried. I was like, you know what? It was a white guy or whatever, and I was really taken back that he even try to speak to me or whatever, because for some reason I just feel like they're scared. They're scared to speak to us sometimes or whatever. So he was very good looking and very charming and everything.
So you found him attractive too?
Yeah, I found him attractive. He was cute. Yeah. So then we was texting and we was talking, and then he started giving me a little background, and he was like, I just want to be honest with you. He's a recovering addict. I hope I said it right. He's a recovering addict, and this is the first week of us talking. He's a recovering addict. He's going to his classes or whatever, and I just want to make sure that you're serious, because certain things can trigger him to go back or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't want to be the reason why you go back to that or whatever. So I just stopped talking to him.
That's a lot. Did you ghost him?
I did ghost him.
That is a lot. That is a lot.
Go ahead. When he said that to me, I talked to him the next day, because I didn't want to seem so bad. But I was young. I was 22 or something. I'm not ready.
Responsibility for a person.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that. And God forbid, I was like, yeah, no, this is not for me. So
and I love me some TikTok, but there is something that's called trauma dumping. And that's what he did to you. Now you feel obligated to almost, okay, let me talk to him or give him another day, because I don't want to be the reason that. It's something that's called trauma dumping, where you can just be having a general conversation with you and somebody doesn't know they're doing it, but all of a sudden they hit you with something like a big load, and now you're tied.
And you feel fully responsible. And I'm like,
yeah.
I was not ready to be tied to that. So I was just
That's
like,
a lot to take on.
yeah. So I was like, God, this is probably a sign. Stick to what you know. Stick to what.
So, as Black women, at least the Black women in my circle, I feel like we love our Black men, right? But for years, not all, but we have heard, listened, witnessed Black men talk down on us, not prefer us to be, to be seen with us or to date us. Do you think Black women and Black men date outside of their race for different reasons, Minnie?
Um, yes. So, okay. I don't even know how to answer the question, but yes, I do. No, for real, I do believe like they date outside their race for different reasons. Like for a man, now it's becoming like a preference for them. Like that's what they prefer. It's a trend, like, it's a trend for them and that's what they preferred or whatever. And, and because everyone likes to follow a trend, they're jumping on that bandwagon. For a woman, I have two things: opportunity and tired of the disrespect for Black men. My personal opinion. I feel like, and when I say this, I hope it's not taken out of context because we do have a lot of successful Black men. But when a Black woman, to me, sometimes I feel like sometimes it's based on that white man's success. And of course, she tried her Black man and decided to try something else. That's just my opinion. I hope that was
my argument to that is, but in general, women date up.
That is true.
Women we never try to date at our level or whatnot. Even if we're dating our race, we still want our man to be the provider. So I think it's just now the Black woman, now we're just with somebody that just may have a lot more than what the Black man possibly have. Or the white man can now introduce the Black woman to maybe another type of lifestyle that she didn't know before.
I watched Kendra G. She hosts a single show on Instagram. It's on Facebook and YouTube now. And a lot of the time, successful Black women, that's making six figures or up, they want to also date a man that is making six figures and up as well. And some of the Black men that, also goes on her show and say, it's either you're going to date a man that has the amount of money you have, but they have options. They have a lot of options. Because the pool is small for women. Like there's tons of successful women. There's more women than men in the world. So if you want to date a man with six figures, tall, dark, and handsome, there's 20 other women that's trying to date that man too. Do you feel like we have to compromise? So if you're making six figures or if you're making a good salary and you want this man to be as successful as you or more successful than you have to compromise on something else? It's like,
I think majority of Black women, yes, you do have to compromise. Not, of course, there's always exceptions to the rules, but I do have to agree with that. I do think you have to pick and choose. You're not going to find your perfect man. Definitely not in this market.
Well, of course, you're not going to find your perfect. Of course, you're not going to find your perfect man, but I don't feel like it's not everything you need to compromise. Like, if you want a man that makes more than you, and that's what you want, I don't think you should compromise that because you want to be in a relationship. I don't feel like it's kind of like, okay, I want to be in a relationship so bad, so I'm gonna take off what I want just to be in that relationship. Like, no, like that's how I feel. Like, I don't feel like you should have to compromise on certain things that you want into a man. Now, if your list is crazy long, now that's the problem.
I don't feel like you should have to compromise in when you're in a relationship with a man, but I do think if you're talking about six figures or that type of like millionaire type of level, there's not a lot of Black millionaires. So if you're up there in that level, you're not going to find so many people that look like you. And so I think I
agree with that.
I think that's when you have to compromise. But in general, for the everyday person, no, you shouldn't compromise.
So I feel like Black women are starting to date outside of their race because maybe we try so hard with our Black men that now we like, fuck it, let's do what they doing.
And
that's what I'm starting to see. I honestly don't think, and I'm not speaking for every Black woman. I feel like in general, the Black woman wants a Black man. So when she goes outside of her race, it's because, okay, she's ready to have kids, she's ready to settle down. Maybe there's no one in her dating scene that looks like her. You know, I don't know. I feel like we do it out of convenience. And men do it, and Black men, some Black men do it because this is now their preference.
I think it honestly, I think now it's kind of like a trophy. Like, and sometimes it doesn't even matter the quality of person that you're with. It's sometimes it's just the fact that you're not, now it's kind of like, well, to me, I feel like just because you're not dating a Black woman, that's now a trophy, or it could be considered a trophy.
And we are the trophies, but we're not gonna get into that today.
So that's a whole nother topic, a whole nother day.
So Lizzie, would you personally date outside of your race? Would you date?
We know the answer to this one. No, and yes, I would, and I say that, but honestly and truly, it would be really, really hard for me because like it sounds good coming out, but
not the FAMU queen.
I know, right? No, but like I would have to find somebody that's just relatable, and I think that would be my biggest issue because I can't be with somebody that can't understand or relate to my story. So yeah, that would be my biggest problem. But if I could find somebody that's outside of my race that's relatable, I wouldn't mind. But my preference will, of course, always be to be with the Black man.
So she want a white man that think Black.
Think like a Black man.
She want a white man that think
no. But don't act Black.
That's why I didn't say act Black. That's why they didn't say act Black. Think Black.
Don't act Black because you don't do too much now.
Right. For me personally, I love my Black man. I'm just not there yet. Like I'm just not. That's my preference. I have nothing against any other race or anything like that. But my personal preference is a Black man. Like my love is Black. Like, and I'm just not ready to give up on the Black man yet. Because I love y'all.
I don't see it for myself, but you never know. I may go to the gym or go out and I might, not a white man, a Hispanic, and I don't think I can do white. I might meet somebody outside of my race and fall in love with him, but if I have my preference, I don't see it. I only see
it for you, Nikki.
You can see what?
I can see Spanish, not white. I can kind of see Spanish for you.
Really?
I can see Black, and I only see Black for my Black friends. I'm sorry, like I do. Like I only see Black for y'all. So how if y'all brought home a white man, right? Or if y'all introduce a white man to y'all friends or another race, how do you think your friends or your family would react? How y'all think I would react?
I think you would make jokes about it, but I don't think it would be like a big
nerves.
Is it pink?
There's so much questions. What y'all do in the bedroom?
Do you see you look like a wig?
No, meaning of like, do you play master and slave? That's the question she gonna be asking.
Do you let him say the N-word behind closed doors?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think my immediate people would care that much. I think it would be like a joke here and there, but I don't think there will be no judgment. I don't think so.
I think my immediate people wouldn't care, but I do think the bigger outer circle, it would be a problem. So yeah, I would say that.
I know for sure my little sister would be happy as hell. I know that for sure. Like she would be cheering me on because she's all for a white man. She just decided like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna try to start dating within my race and see how it works or whatever. So I'm kind of proud of her. But my mom, I don't know. She might be taken back at first. She might be a little taken back. She is Caribbean or whatever, and you know, all she knows is Black, and you know, she worked with a lot of elderly white people, and you know, working with them, with the elderly white people is like, you know, she experienced different things.
She's been mistreated by them.
She's been mistreated by them. So if I was supposed to bring home a white man, she would like learn to accept it, but she would be very taken back.
You need a transition.
That's
Yeah.
a good way to put it. So you have a daughter, Minnie. I know you guys are not talking about the dating stuff yet, child. Oh my God.
We are.
You just said you guys are dating at 9?
But not in a sense of where she's like she wants to date, like not in those terms, right? But I do. Okay, so I do want to build that relationship and foundation where she's in the 3rd grade. No, I'm lying. Oh my God, she's in the 4th grade, right? And she's 9 years old. She's 9 years old, and let's all be real. They're at that age where they find the opposite sex attractive.
I had my first boyfriend when I was in the 3rd grade. Hey, Steven.
Why do I remember the God? Thank you. Why do I remember?
So, you know, we like at that age, we was sneaking, like, you know, like liking boys and talking about boys or whatever. So it's like I know. So it's like I have these conversations with her and my boyfriend, daughter, or whatever, and they get so excited, like, oh my gosh, we're talking about boys. It's okay, whatever. So, you know, she actually told me her type, like the type of guy, the type of
my baby girl with a type.
And I'm just like, oh my God. And so
but she's black.
It is, her type is black. Her skin color. She said her skin color. But I remember when we was having this conversation, she was like, Mommy, you know, you're so overprotected, and I just want to be able to tell you these things or whatever. So when I talk to you, don't make no facial expression and don't say anything unless I ask for your advice. So I'm just sitting there like, okay, yeah. So she told me her type. Her type is black for now.
What type is your type?
Okay. Yeah. So, but what was your question?
No, I was gonna say, would you let her know I'm trying to find the right words. I guess your wishes for her. Like, would you stress to her black love, or would you just allow her to find out on her own?
I would allow her to find out on her own. I always pray that, you know, the black men that's in her life are being a great example to where she wants to have a black man in her life. Like,
oh, you know, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's my biggest prayer. Like, you know, even with my boyfriend, her father, her grandfather, my brothers, you know, her uncles or whatever. I pray that they are at a standard where she will want to date a black man. Yeah. But I wouldn't project my own wants for her. Like, I wouldn't project that on her because, you know, she should have the option of dating whoever she wants to date. And I'll make jokes, but I will be very supportive.
You go crack a joke. If that's one thing she gonna do,
I'm gonna make a joke.
And one thing about Nala, she gonna crack one back.
She quick with
it.
But I pray she date a black man. I pray she brings
hopefully.
Yeah, I pray she
a good black man.
A good
black man.
A good black man.
He's a good man. No.
A good black man.
Okay. We doing black in front of it.
Black.
My question for y'all is, with like so many black men not wanting to date black women, then you have black men being incarcerated, and then you also have black men being gay. Do you think that black women should now start dating outside of their race as a necessity? Because how are we gonna find love?
Oh, that's a hard one. I mean, it doesn't hurt to try. You never know what's out there. If you put your stuff in a box, you're only gonna have what's available in that box. So, you know, if you want to open that box up, see what's out there, go ahead. But my box is closed.
The door is closed.
What will prompt you, like, if you decide, what will prompt you to make that decision? Like,
maybe the opportunity just presents itself. Somebody approached you, and like you said, you know, the white guy that approached you, you found him attractive, and you got, oh, he's a nice looking guy. It doesn't hurt. I'm not opposed to it, but again, like I said, my preference would be, if I had a choice on how my life would look, my husband would be black.
Amen. Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Black love.
Ooh,
Elizabeth, your love is Blackish.
I
white.
love caramel macchiato.
Honestly, I can't even see you. I can only see you with a white man.
Really?
Really?
You can only see me with a white man?
I don't know. Probably because you always say
You talk to her.
Probably because you say you would date outside your race. So now I'll only think of you with a white. Probably because you always say like, yeah, I'm okay with dating out my race. So it's like I be going through TikTok and Instagram. I'm like, oh, this look like a good white man for Elizabeth.
Send him over.
Okay, this looks like the type of guy she would date. Like I'll be sending in the group chat. I'm like, Liz, this is what you talking about. Like this is the type of white man.
Give me a Jack Harlow, okay?
I make sure they have a little rhythm to them, a little swag or whatever. They have to have that. They have to have some type of swag to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Look, you're not gonna be embarrassing me at the cookout. Like you're not about to be embarrassing.
I wish I could find this TikTok. I wish I sent it to y'all. It was a TikTok of this lady. She did before. It was a black lady. She was with her white man, and she did before and after she met her.
I've seen that.
I've seen it.
Yes,
too.
and literally took him from like 360. Like that's some shit I think I would do. Like, okay, that was cute.
Yeah. So let's get into our listener letter. This is where you guys ask us for advice. You can send us an email at UHeardMeDA.
That's important.
FirstTime@gmail.com. Again, that's UHeardMeDaFirstTime@gmail.com. You can send us a DM on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Now let's get into it.
You said Instagram twice.
We get it.
Double DM us.
So we know it's real.
All right, okay. Hey ladies, please give me some advice. I've been dating this guy for about 4 months and it's getting really serious. Everything is going great. I was recently introduced to his mother and he is showing me all the signs that he is ready for a relationship. My only issue is that I want a commitment and I'm ready to be his girlfriend like real bad. We talked about it before and during our most recent conversation, I gave him an ultimatum. Either we are in a relationship or we stop talking. He was not happy and told me he needed space. So we still communicate, but our relationship is now way off. What should I do? Was I wrong? Child.
Busy, you first.
Me? I would say, in the words of many, communicate. No, first I would say also too, like before you make something like an ultimatum, you have to be sure of what you're saying. Like you can't go back and forth on it. So I think before she even went and told him that, it was either A or B, then she should have been ready to leave once he really was like, he stepped back, or she should have been ready to really end the relationship and not kind of like lead it on, or kind of leave it in a gray area. Because it's not really, she didn't really give him a real ultimatum. It just once again put their relationship in a weird place. So I think she should probably communicate with him, because obviously she doesn't want the relationship to be over. She really like him, and maybe give him more time and see if he'll be ready then.
Yeah.
I don't like when men do that. Why do all of that, like make me meet your mom and and then not want to commit? Then again, it's like
sometimes meeting a mom don't mean nothing.
It's weird, right? You're right. It's weird, right? Because you want the man to wine and dine you and show you all this or whatever, but then it's like, why do all that when you're not ready to commit to me? Like, it's such a weird thing, because I want you to do this, but when you do this, I want to be in a relationship with you at the end of the day or whatever. But I agree. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I only want you to do that for me if your intentions is to take it to the next level. So if your intentions are just to see how this goes and you just want to have a good time, then let's just keep it at a good time. But if you're courting me and you're allowing me to meet people that you love, your mother, and like Lizzie said, everybody introducing you to their parents don't always mean something, but that means something to me.
Yeah.
And so maybe she should have led with that. Like, listen, I don't want to meet your mother unless this is going somewhere. So don't do it. No, leave me where I'm at, sir.
Okay.
Leave me alone.
If you want a hoe, treat me like a hoe. But if you want a wife, treat me.
No, for real.
No, I'm for real. Like if you just want a good time and you just want to fuck, like, okay, let me be the one to decide that. But don't start doing all this good stuff, and then when I'm like, I'm ready to be in a relationship, you acting all surprised and shit. Like, what
you want to what?
You exactly. You're surprised, like nigga, you doing all the right shit. What the fuck you surprised for? I'm ready to be your wife. Like, what's up? Like, I love you. I'm in love. Okay,
Real
like
bad.
real bad. Like, come on. But I agree with you saying, Lizzie. Like, don't give that ultimatum if you're not ready for. If you have to walk away,
do something.
Yeah.
Like, you do something about it.
Exactly. So now the fact that he basically gave you his answer, like, I need space. Like, bro, what you mean you need space? Like, it's either you want it or not. Like 4 months, isn't that a good enough time to know if you want to be with this, if you want to take it to the next level with this person? Do you think that's a good enough time?
And then say that again.
Do you think 4 months is enough time to know if you want to be with someone or not?
Depending on how you're spending that 4 months. So if you guys are with each other every day, those 4 months, or majority of the week, those 4 months, I think that's a decent amount of time to know whether or not. But some people move slow. It depends. Are you dating other people, or are you just dating that one person? If it's exclusive for 4 months, I say 4 to 6 months. You know if this is something that you want to take long term.
Child, I know within a month.
I don't think that's a lot of time for me.
Girl, watch your words.
I know.
I don't want to have this conversation with you 2 months from now. I've been dating this guy for 3 weeks. And he ain't tell me.
Real bad.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So what should she do though? Like,
I think we should have a conversation, because now she literally, like, she tried to get clarification for the relationship, and now she put it in a gray area. So I think now she should go and have a conversation with him, like, okay, literally, what are we doing? Are we going to move forward? Is this space meaning that it's over? But if she wanted a relationship, she got space. So whatever.
Damn. And sometimes we do that in hopes that they do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So maybe her intention is like, okay, I'm gonna tell him this, and this is gonna make him move. But like Lizzie said, you gotta go into it knowing it can go
real quick. Like,
it can go either way. Like,
because now you look crazy when it goes the other way.
I feel like yes, probably have a conversation, but don't forget this moment, because you don't want to, like, okay, y'all have that conversation. He's like, okay, you know, y'all start back talking, and then another 4 months go by. You already know what you want, right? So because you already know what you want, it's really time for you to decide if you're willing to keep talking, to like wait for him, or you walk away. Just don't forget this moment.
Don't let the same conversation happen twice.
Exactly.
Well, there you go. If you need advice, you can send us an email at UHeardMeDA.
That's important.
FirstTime@gmail.com. Again, that's UHeardMeDaFirstTime@gmail.com. Until next time, this has been an episode of You Heard Me the First Time podcast.
My name is Minnie.
I'm Nikki Nicole.
And Lizzie. Ow.